right, standing here next to me is Laura. She's the owner of the Urban Chicken Store here in Raleigh, North Carolina. What's your address here, Laura?
It's 8825 Westgate Park Drive, Suite 102 in Raleigh.
So Laura here at the store sells the American Hemp, and what we want to show in this video is she's the one that's been taking care of this Carolina coop for the past 6 months. And I'd love to hear from you, Laura. You know, what are your thoughts on our coop, the deep litter system, the design, and also how you have incorporated the American Hemp into the deep litter?
Well, we've had this coop set up since early July of 2014. And we keep chickens at the store out here to show the coop and also show people what they need to know about keeping chickens. We put this hemp in the beginning of July, and we've just added slightly to it ever since we started the coop and haven't had to change it at all.
Okay, so here's a bale of American Hemp. How many cubic feet will this do?
This is a 5 cubic foot bag, so we've got 24 here, and we've used 3/4. We've probably used about this much of the bag so far.
Since July?
Since the beginning of
6 months ago.
Yep.
Okay, so now what's going to be probably everyone's number one question is how much is this and what kind of value do we get out of this American Hemp?
This bag is $29.99. So compared to a bag of pine shavings, when you look at a bag of pine shavings, it seems a lot more expensive, but in the long term, it actually comes out being much more cost effective. So we figure with what we've used so far, we're probably down to it's coming on about $5 a month for what we've had to add to it over time. And a bag of pine shavings is about $7.
Or versus if you were trying to use pine shavings in the deep litter system, which is doable, one of the biggest benefits I guess we are seeing is that you don't have to add as much pine shavings. And again, that's helping you save money, but you don't need nearly as much American Hemp. What are some other things that you notice your customers have said about it?
Well, we've actually had a few customers who have found their chickens have been allergic to pine shavings, and when they get them as chicks, they'll have all kinds of respiratory issues because chickens are known for respiratory issues. And we found when they switch to the American Hemp, that's taking care of that issue for them.
Wow.
And we also have problems with people with brooder boxes in their homes and the dust that the pine shavings create. And this does wonderfully in brooder boxes. Lasts a good long time, and there's no dust whatsoever. And if you have to have it in your house with your family members, it won't have any allergenic properties.
So what would you say, just to bullet point all the benefits going right down the list of American Hemp?
Well, I'd say the first one is the lack of smell and the odor containment, I guess I would call it. It does not smell anywhere near as much as the pine shavings and straw and some of the other alternatives out there. The second is it's much more absorbent than all of those other alternatives. In fact, in the beginning, we actually were afraid to put it in the nesting boxes because we felt it wasn't as soft or that the chickens would like something that was a longer, flatter stem. But we found that hasn't been the case at all, that the chickens really do like sitting in the nesting boxes. And especially for broody hens. Broody hens are in the box all the time. That's when you have problems with mites and poultry lice.
That's a great point.
You have all kinds of issues with them sitting in the same place constantly. And something like this, which with its antimicrobial properties and non-allergenic, really helps with the broody hens. We found that to be the case as well.
Great. And then as for just the deep litter system in general, you know, we often talk about the benefits of the deep litter system, and number one is going to be you're going to clean out your hen house once a year. You know, nobody wants another chore. And, you know, in a way, I wish someone would invent scratch and sniff video because, honestly, if you get a chance to see a proper setup with the deep litter system, when we talk about no smell, there is no smell, and there shouldn't be any smell. And a lot of people are going to think, well, a year's worth of chicken droppings, it's got to stink. It doesn't. You know, you're just going to set it and forget it. And right here, you know, the proof is in the pudding. You know, if you get a chance, if you're ever in the Raleigh area and you want to stop by the Urban Chicken on Westgate Park Drive, you know, you can come by, see it, and also we have customers all over the country that incorporate the deep litter system. Proof's in the pudding. You know, we can stand here and talk about how great it is, and we definitely want to, but we really want to educate everyone out there on the deep litter system, and especially using the American Hemp, how that's very beneficial.